Good morning, everybody. Hope you've had a good week this week. Now, thought I'd share this photo with you to start my assembly because it kind of links with my assembly as well, in a sense. But what is going on in this photo? Crazy times. Well, some of you might have seen this. It was on the news. That's where I heard about it. So this is a band called Flaming Lips, quite a famous band, been around for quite a long time, and they thrive. Their favourite thing to do is to throw concerts, but unfortunately, at the moment, that's not something that can happen because you can't have crowds of people together, not for the time being, anyway. So Wayne Coyne, who's the lead singer, you can see him standing in this bubble here, came up with this idea, and it was to do a live concert for a select few, so not as many people as you would normally have at one of these concerts. So sort of some lucky few people. I think they did it two. I think they did two concerts, and all the people that arrived had to go into one of these balls, one of these spheres, a bit like a Zorb ball, they were called. And you were obviously safe in there because you're not mingling with others. You're kept apart from other people. And if you come out of the ball, you have to wear a mask. And there's a little speaker inside the ball. So there's the band playing on the stage, playing all their hits. And then the people have got their own little space to dance and enjoy the music and listen to it. And Wayne Coyne here actually does this in normal concerts. You'd have a crowd of people and he'd get inside a Zorb ball and he'd actually then go and kind of crowd surf over the people inside one of these balls. It's one of these, quite a wacky front man for a band. And he thought, why don't I just get everybody, all our audience, into a Zorb ball? Brilliant. And then we can have. And they even thought about what would happen if you were in there and it gets too hot, or if you need to go to the toilet. So you've got two little signs to hold up, and there's some people working in there that will come and help you out. So if you're too hot, you hold up a sign that says, I'm too hot, it's too hot in here, and they'll come and refresh the air in your bubble with some cooler air to cool you down. And if you need the toilet, you've got another sign that you hold up that says, I have to pee. And the person will come along, you have to put your mask on, they'll unzip it, let you come out. You can nip off to the toilet and then come back and get back in your ball and enjoy the rest of the concert. So brilliant. What a creative way of allowing some live music to happen. It's one of the things I miss. It's one of the things I like to do most, is to see live music. And I haven't done that for a long, long time, but they've found a way. They've found a way to work around it and be creative. And these people must have thoroughly enjoyed it, seeing their live band in something that's very unique, and not many people got to do it that way. So brilliant. And it does lead on to my assembly, or the focus of my assembly, which is related to Children's Mental Health Week, which is this week, the 1st and the 7th of February. So obviously it's a week. We've got 52 weeks in the year, and this week marks Children's Mental Health Week as a way to highlight the importance of mental health, not just for children, but for all people. But obviously we can't just think about it for 1 week a year. The idea is that this has an impact and a knock-on effect to people moving forward. So you can think about the importance of mental health each week of the year because it's highlighted for you this week. And the theme for this year is all about express yourself. So it's all about finding ways to express yourself, a bit like Wayne Coyne. So he expresses himself with his music. So he writes and sings and performs music, and he's being able to be even more creative at the moment to allow some of his fans to come in and see him. So that's the way he gets to express himself. And if you see him talk about his music and how he gets to do that, he's very, very passionate about it. And it's extremely important to him, and it obviously helps his mental health because he's doing something, he's finding time to do something that makes him feel good. So what does express yourself mean? Well, you can see from these images here, there's lots of different ways you can express yourself, and often it relates to being creative. And through creativity, you can share your feelings, share your thoughts, and it can have a positive effect, a good effect on how you're feeling. So you've got people, so poetry, that's one way some people might express themselves, by writing and creating poems. Music, so playing music and writing music and singing along to music that you like. that's a way of expressing yourself. So learning an instrument and playing an instrument, that's one thing that I do to express myself. And one thing to help me with my mental health is I play the guitar and I pick it up and I just play along to songs that I like. And then anything sort of art-based or craft-based, so whether you're just drawing pictures, painting pictures, making sculptures, or hobbies such as like Mr. Earthy's one with his knitting, so you're creating something, they're all ways to express yourself. And then movement as well, so dance, so whatever that, whether it's a traditional classic sort of dance like ballet, or whether it's kind of street dance style movements, they're all different ways that you can express yourself. So have a little look at this video, it's very short, and see which ways you can spot that people are expressing themselves. A great little video showing ways that people can express themselves through choice. So they're choosing different ways of being creative. So we had lots of artists, and there was a range of art being done, wasn't there? So there was painting, some using like acrylics or oil paints. There was street painting. And there was a man doing some graffiti art and some painting on a wall, it looked like, with a brush. But then there was also lots of digital art, wasn't there? So there was filmmaking and photography. There was a picture of someone doing a storyboard, so obviously putting together a film or an animation maybe. And then there was lots of movement as well, wasn't there? Lots of different styles of dance going on. So lots of ways that people are choosing to spend some of their time doing something that they enjoy, makes them feel positive. It's a way to be creative and to express themselves and to share their thoughts and their feelings through that hobby, that interest, or in some cases, maybe even their job. So why does finding healthy ways to express yourself matter? Well, it's really important. I think we're really clear, aren't we, on our physical health and what we can do to make ourselves fit and healthy physically. So regular exercise, we know that that's important. So however that happens, whether you're going out for your daily walks at the moment, or you're doing some different PE sessions, or you're trying Mr. Cows's challenges, or whether there's sports that you enjoy playing and you can still do a bit of that maybe in the garden. And then eating healthily. We know it's important to have a balanced diet, to get fruit and vegetables, and to not eat, to only treat ourselves to some of those things like those high fatty foods and chocolate. And then it's important to rest and get a good night's sleep as well. So they're all good things to keep us physically fit. And they do have an impact on our mental health as well. If you're physically fit, if you're healthy, you'll feel better, you'll feel more positive. But there's other things that we can do to keep our mind fit. That's our mental well-being, our mental health. And this focus of the Children's Mental Health Week is all about finding ways to express yourselves, because it can help you to feel better in your mind. It can help you to feel happier. And it's a good way of taking a bit of a break from maybe some of the worries or stresses or busyness that life seems to be like at the moment, particularly.
has the possibility of bringing us together in ways none of us would have been able to predict or expect.
They're so small, said the mole. Yes, said the boy. But you make a huge difference.
So another little video, which is a lovely way of showing how people have been creative in finding ways to express themselves, even at times when it might have been a little trickier. And I think back to that one scene in there where you've got a little girl who was in her ballet gear at home, but still managing to join in with her ballet lesson through something like Zoom, where her teacher and some of the other children were on the screen, and she could still practice and move and express herself alongside her classmates and with her teacher in a time where actually she can't get together with her friends to do it face to face. Absolutely brilliant. So how does being creative and expressing yourself make you feel? Well, you only have to look at these pictures to see how it can make you feel. The idea being that it gives you a bit of a breather from other things that are going on in your life. So at the moment, we can feel quite worried about things, or it just might feel like there's always something for us to be thinking about, and it's a bit of downtime, isn't it? Being creative and expressing yourselves gives your brain and your mind a bit of a time to switch off from some of those other things you might be worried about or thinking about, and it can make you feel better. It can just boost your positivity, and like these pictures show here, can make you just feel in the moment, happy, positive, and you're able to share your feelings and express how you're feeling whilst you're doing it, whether it be through very messy art, or some very focused drawing, or some dancing, or I'm guessing this girl might be writing. It looks like she's all of a sudden had a really bright idea, or it might be through singing. It looks like he's giving it his all here, doesn't it, this young man here? Brilliant. Okay. So we can find creativity in many different ways. And it's, remember, when we express ourselves, we don't have to be a great artist or a wonderful dancer. That's really important to remember. It's not about being the best at something. It's about doing something that you enjoy, that gives you a chance to express the ways you're feeling and to have that bit of a break from other things that are going on. So it's not about being the very best at something or putting on a performance. Let's encourage each other to find lots of different ways to get creative and express ourselves. So this week is a really good opportunity for us to focus on children's mental health and to think about the importance of it. But moving forward, hopefully what it will do is remind you that it's important to find time to be creative and to express yourself in whatever way you prefer doing. So we can encourage each other, can't we, to give these things a go. It might be something that you're already into that you can just carry on with, a bit like me with my guitar. I'll keep going on with that. I'm not the world's best guitar player by any stretch. In fact, I'm still probably classed as a very much a beginner, but I'm getting a little bit better, and I very much enjoy it. It makes me feel a lot better after a very, very busy day at school. If I go home and I just pick up my guitar for 20, 30 minutes, play a few tunes I like, maybe have a go at learning something new. There's loads of things on YouTube to help you with learning different things like that. Loads of little films with people willing to help you to learn to become better at something, whether that be learning an instrument or doing something creative or dance. And it can just make you feel better, because it makes me feel a whole lot better whenever I pick up that guitar. So we're going to finish the assembly by doing something a little bit creative all together if we can. So you might need to pause the video while you find it, because you need a piece of paper, but you need a square piece of paper to do this, a square bit. So if you've got a A4 piece of paper, you can obviously just cut that down. You fold it down a bit, you can get yourself a line, you can cut it down to a square, or I'll ask an adult to help you, because we're going to do a little simple bit of origami to create a dog. It's being creative. So we'll all create a dog that's fairly similar, but then your challenge is, what can you do to make yours stand out? So can you create it as a certain type of dog? Maybe you've got a pet dog you could try to copy, or draw a funny pattern, or it might be a very unique dog, different to one you've ever seen before. So it's a little video we're going to watch and follow on with. So. Okay. I'm going to do it as well whilst we go. Let's have a go. Maybe you can pause it at any point if it's going too quickly. I'll admit I did have a practice. Remember to turn it over, because last time I forgot. I didn't see that bit, I was too focused on folding. Not too bad. I need to decorate it now, don't I? See if I can make it look like one of my dogs. Rosie or Margaret. Needs to have longer ears though, probably. Have a fantastic weekend, boys and girls. And see if you can find some time to express yourselves through being a bit creative, whether it's by having another go at a bit of origami, playing a musical instrument, doing a bit of art, a bit of dance maybe. Not one that I'm very good at. And I shall see you next week. Take care.